Do you ever feel as though you are absolutely working your bits off, but somehow you still cannot get anywhere near the end of your to-do list? You're not skiving, you're not lazy, you're not working on the wrong things, you're not distracted, or maybe you are now and again, but you feel like you're dedicated, you're diligent, you're working on the stuff and it all needs doing, and yet somehow there are still just never enough hours in the day and you never ever seem to be reducing that list. Well, let me tell you, this is such a common thing that I talk to people about in business. They've got this list, they've got all these ideas, they've got amazing new things they want to do, but they're just stuck in this day-to-day grind and really struggle to see a way through it. So I have a great little tool. It's really, really straightforward. It's also really irritating, but it's a brilliant way to help you to get real clarity about where on earth your time is going, how you can claw some of it back, and how you can be a lot more efficient and effective in what you're actually doing with your time. So the tool that I have, and it's one of the first things I go through with every single new client of mine, and it's a daily time log. It's ridiculously basic. The version that I use is just an Excel spreadsheet. It's literally a grid and it's broken down into 30-minute blocks across the course of the day. And I ask my clients to print this so they've always got it in front of them, because if it's on a computer, you're going to forget about that for 3 to 4 hours at a time, then have no clue at all what you've done with that time. So I ask people to print it because then it's right there, it's really visible, it's really accessible, and they remember to do it. The killer to this, the bit that people really hate, is the only way to actually make it happen and make the information super reliable and useful is to actually set yourself an alarm every 30 minutes. So I would encourage you, set the alarm on your mobile for every 30 minutes, because otherwise, again, time just passes and you'll know that you haven't stopped, but you won't be able to remember all those different things that you have done. Key things to remember as well with this exercise is it's never about judging how you use your time. When my new clients do this with me, they often feel that this is for me to kind of go, oh dear, you're not using your time very well there at all, are you? How naughty. But actually, it's nothing to do with that. It's not about judgment. It's not even immediately about making changes. It's purely about giving you that level of clarity so you can finally start to see the wood through the trees about where your time is actually going. So the way to really make this work is with brutal honesty. What you want to think about is, how much detail do I need that will allow me to make decisions about where my time goes? So for instance, if you spent an hour dealing with your emails, is that churning through newsletters that you probably shouldn't really be subscribing to? Is it dealing with emails to clients? Are you sending proposals to prospects? So you don't need to list every single email, but if you capture that to say emails to prospects or emails to clients or just email trawling, that gives you the clarity then when you look back at the end of the week, you can see how valuable that activity was. So think about the value of each activity as you do it. And the key thing I would encourage you to do here is to do this for a minimum of 5 days. I can promise you will hate it. I frequently get told by my new clients that they absolutely hate this exercise. But by the end of a week, when they persevere, the revelations have been enormous. It might seem bonkers to think all you're doing is making a note of what you do. You know that you're doing this stuff. It's happening. This isn't going to change what you do. But the clarity is so powerful, you honestly wouldn't believe. And then what you get is, if you do this for a week, then you can look back and there are almost always certain things that you think, that takes me 15 minutes a week or 15 minutes a day, and actually you look at it and you're taking hours on it and you just didn't know. Frequently as well, there will be things that you say, oh, I spend 4 hours a week on my marketing, and you look at this list and it's probably 40 minutes a week. So there'll be certain areas that you think you're spending a lot of time on and actually it's nowhere enough, and there'll be other things that are just not a real value add activity, that you'll be astonished by how much of your time this stuff is taking up. So honestly, this is one of the best tools that I have with my clients. It is so informative, it's so revelatory in helping you transform the way you work. You can make decisions then about things to either ditch, things to outsource, things to delegate, things that you know you're going to need to revamp because they're just taking too much time. But you come from a position of power and information, so you can make informed decisions. And this exercise on its own will make a massive difference to how efficient and how productive you are with your time. It's really powerful and annoyingly simple all at once. So if utilising your time in the best way and ever getting to the bottom of your to-do list are challenges that you face and you know you'd love some help, get in touch with me via my website tailory.co.uk and let's chat about how I can help you.